Using a 13mm socket, go ahead and remove our ground terminal nut here. Now go ahead and spin the terminal loose. Work that off and set it aside. Let's go ahead and loosen our positive terminal here. I'll go ahead and loosen and remove this here. Using an 8mm socket and extension, we're going to go ahead and remove this bolt here. This is our battery wedge or hold down block. Okay, to remove that, set that aside. Go ahead and grab our battery. Go ahead, lift it up, set it aside. We're going to use our flathead screwdriver and we're going to loosen up our intake tube clamp here, or hose clamp. And loosen this one. I'm going to move to the other end of the hose and we're going to do the same on this hose clamp. Once that's loose, these two units need to come off. This hose should pull out. We have an electrical connector right here. You're going to press down on the tab on the top. Pop that off. Let's go ahead and separate our air intake tube and set that aside. Then we're going to go ahead and remove our serpentine belt. We're going to use our 16mm wrench. We're going to go into the tensioner down here. We're going to take the tensioner and release that, take the belt off. Kind of loosen that there. All right, so we're going to go ahead and remove or loosen our fan clutch here. All right, so we were able to break this free. And it's a right hand thread to remove, left thread to tighten. Let's go ahead and spin our fan. We're going to unthread this off. Now on our fan shroud, there's going to be two 10mm bolts. There's one here on the driver's side and one on the passenger side. Go ahead and remove this bolt. And repeat for the other side. The bottom of your fan shroud, there's going to be a plastic retainer. What we're going to do is pull the shroud forward and then lift up. That's going to dislodge it from our retaining tabs. We're going to lift the fan and the shroud up and out at the same time. Using a 10mm socket, let's remove the 4 bolts on the back of the fan. Our fan blade here says front in the recessed area. So that's going to go on the back side of the fan clutch like so. Let's go ahead and get our bolts installed. Once we get these in, we'll snug them down and then we'll go ahead and install the unit. And repeat for the other two. All right, so we're going to install our fan shroud with our fan. We need to lower this down together and make sure that we can get our shroud into our mounting tabs here. Now once we have our shroud down into our tabs, our mounting tabs, let's go ahead and install our 2 shroud bolts. There's one here, one on the passenger side. And I'm just going to snug these down by hand. These don't have to be super tight. Once you feel that bolt start to snug up, you probably go about another quarter turn. Let's go ahead and grab our fan and clutch assembly, line that up. Now this is going to be a left-hand thread going on. Now because our fan clutch is a left thread and the engine rotates clockwise, it's almost a self-tightening, but we're going to use a pair of pliers and just snug that down and install our upper intake tube. Once that's in place, let's go ahead and tighten down our hose clamps here. I'm going to just snug those down. Once those are tightened down, install our vacuum hose there. Install our sensor harness there. Lower our battery down in a position, slide it over, go ahead and position our battery hold down. Good there, line that up, get our bolt drop down inside there. Now this wedge is designed just to hold your battery down into the tray. So once you feel that start to snug down, we're pretty much good where we need to be. Feels good there. I'm going to give our battery a good tug, and that is hold it good in place. Going to install our positive battery terminal. Once we have that's tight, let's go ahead and grab our negative terminal, pop that on. Let's go ahead and tighten down this side. And once that snugs down, you're all set.